Hello, everyone. My name is Paula Kamperman, and I am the Outreach Program Manager for the Bennington County Solid Waste Alliance. I am joined by my co-host, Michael Batcher, Program Manager of the Alliance and Regional Planner for the Bennington County Regional Commission, who will help answer questions at the end of this presentation. Today, I'll be talking about changes to the environmental waste laws this year, including details of the single-use plastics ban, the food scrap ban, and how it affects Vermonters. I'll cover a variety of recycling programs available to all Vermonters and also give you some background on what the Bennington County Solid Waste Alliance is and provide you with resources that are available to help you manage your solid waste. We'll take questions at the end of this presentation, so feel free to type your question in the Q&A bar. We also appreciate you taking time to learn about this important information and how we'll assist businesses, schools, and event organizers in managing their solid waste. Vermont unanimously passed the Universal Recycling Law, known as Act 148, in 2012 to address stagnant recycling rates, which had hovered around 30 to 36% over the past 2 decades. Almost half of all the waste we generate could be recycled, donated, or composted. The Alliance was formed in 2015 to assist participating towns in reducing solid waste disposed in landfills by reducing the amount of waste generated, conserve resources, and promote recycling programs and reuse. The Alliance provides education and outreach to businesses, schools, and residents to help achieve the Alliance's goal to reduce disposal rate by 25% by 2025 from the 2020 levels, reduce the generation of all solid waste, both disposed to and diverted from landfills, by 10% by 2025, achieve a diversion rate of 50% by 2025, and increase food diverted to food rescue organizations by 10% by 2025. The Alliance is made up of 13 towns: Arlington, Bennington, Dorset, Glastonbury, Manchester, Pownell, Rupert, Sandgate, Searsburg, Shaftesbury, Stamford, Sunderland, and Woodford. The towns of Peru, Reedsboro, Londonderry, Landgrove, and Winhall, while in Bennington County, are not members of the Alliance. All of the businesses, residents, schools, and organizations located within the Alliance can take advantage of our services. Services the Alliance provides include solid waste audits, where we visit your business and review your waste management practices and offer technical assistance in managing your solid waste. This could include review of current recycling laws, provide sources to recycling items banned from the landfill, provide communication pieces and signing for your staff about recycling, and suggest ways to possibly lower your solid waste hauling costs. We host household hazardous waste collection events during warmer months of the year. This service is also available to small businesses when you pre-register with us, which can cost less than a dedicated pickup by a hazardous waste collection company arriving at your location. We provide source information for the disposal of banned items through special recycling, as well as community outreach through presentations to groups and the public about recycling, composting, and waste reduction. A good example of this is making a presentation to residents of an apartment or condominium complex about food scrap diversion and proper recycling. On July 1st, 2020, new laws became effective banning single-use plastics and organics that impact every Vermonter. We'll spend the next few minutes reviewing the details. On July 1st, 2020, the Single-Use Products Law prohibited stores and food services establishment from providing the following single-use products: single-use plastic carryout bags at the point of sale. This does not apply to bags used for prescription medications or dry cleaning bags, produce bags, or other small bags that are used at the point of sale. Instead, single-use paper bags can be offered at the point of sale for a minimum customer charge of 10 cents a bag, the money of which the store gets to keep. Expanded polystyrene or styrofoam. Food and beverage containers include foam cups, takeout and to-go containers, plates, trays, and cartons for eggs or other food. In addition, expandable polystyrene products may no longer be offered for sale in Vermont. These prohibitions do not apply to meat and fish packaging trays like you see in a meat or poultry departments in grocery stores, or food packaged out of state but sold in Vermont or sold out of state. So you'll still be able to find your cup ramen at the grocery store so long as it's made out of state. Plastic straws, except they can be given to customers upon request. Hospitals, nursing homes, independent and assisted living and residential care facilities can provide plastic straws. And plastic stirrers. These items will just disappear altogether. There is an exemption. Stores and food service establishments that purchase these single-use products prior to May 15, 2019 have until July 1st, 2021 to use up previously purchased product inventory. So if you're planning to purchase single-use products from this point forward, they will need to be made of materials other than plastic. As a part of this new law, it's important to understand the law defines food service establishments as entities that prepare, serve, and sell food to the public, including restaurants, temporary food vendors, caterers, and mobile food units. This law also applies to vendors at farmers markets. When the Earth's increasing population, the outcome of our actions is having an even greater impact on our planet like never before. Nearly half of all the waste produced globally is either organic or biodegradable. When sent to a landfill and allowed to degrade anaerobically, that's without the presence of oxygen, methane is produced, which is 30 times more powerful than carbon dioxide, CO2, and contributes to greenhouse gas emissions. This increases in greenhouse gas emissions is responsible for our climate change. So when we reduce the amount of waste we generate, we'll reduce our need for additional landfill space while reducing our carbon footprint. Vermont's Universal Recycling Law adopted a food recovery hierarchy into law, like you see here, in 2012 to draw attention to our use of uneaten food and help guide consumers into making the highest and best use of their food. The most preferred method being source reduction, while the least preferred being using food for energy recovery. When we reduce our consumption of food, and thereby reducing the amount of food scraps generated in the first place by shopping smarter, strategically planning meals with foods we have on hand, less of our food goes to waste. When we do have leftover food, our first priority is to give it to people first through food pantries and other organizations. When we have lower quality food waste, we share that with animals and other agricultural uses. Any leftover food at this point should be composted or used in anaerobic digestion and land application. And finally, as a very last resort, we process food waste for energy recovery. In 2014, Vermont began requiring large food scrap generators like hospitals, food manufacturers, and universities to divert their food scraps from landfills to certified facilities. Since then, smaller and smaller generators have been required to divert their scraps until now, when all Vermonters will be required to divert their food scraps. As of July 1st, trash haulers must offer food scrap collection services to non-residential customers and apartments with units of 4 or more, unless another hauler is willing to provide that service within that area. Right now, the food scrap collection business is experiencing a boom as providers expand their service areas to include residential customers not currently served by traditional haulers. To properly divert food scraps from landfill in Vermont, residents and small businesses should separate their food scraps into buckets or bins and either use local food waste drop-off, such as transfer stations, included in their curbside dedicated food scrap pickup by haulers, share with other farmers, or compost at home. Those composting at home may still put their meat and bones in the trash since temperatures in home composting bins don't reach the high temperatures required for complete breakdown. Vermonters should know haulers are not required to provide curbside food scrap collection to residential dwellings unless the address contains 4 or more units, such as an apartment building. Building managers and owners of 4 or more unit buildings not currently receiving food scrap collection from their haulers should contact their haulers to have it included in their commercial collection, as is required by law. For clarification purposes, the state considers a condominium complex as separate single-family dwellings, even if they are grouped together as 4 or more units. By definition of the law, single condominium units are not required to receive dedicated pickup by a hauler. However, a hauler may be willing to pick up the entire complex's food scrap collection at a central location where recycling and trash is already being collected. Businesses are encouraged to donate food wherever possible and train staff to separate food waste into collection carts or dumpsters that haulers pick up and bring to composting facilities, farms, and digesters. With businesses that generate small amounts of leftover food scraps, they can bring them home to compost or combine with home food scrap collection. Compost that is created from our food scraps has some really profound benefits. It provides vital nutrients when added to soil that helps grow food. Adding it to lawns keeps them green longer during droughts, and it is also effective when added along roadsides in reducing soil erosion and storm runoff that can cause washouts along roads, as it holds 20 times its weight in water. As your organization incorporates changes necessary to follow these new laws, your staff and the public will find it easier if your recycling program is clear and consistent throughout your premises. Universal recycling laws require all common areas to have recycling bins for everyone's use, which helps your business keep waste properly separated. This includes both office and break areas as well as public spaces such as lobbies or food areas where waste receptacles exist. Using consistent labeling throughout your facility to identify how waste is separated goes a long way to avoid confusion and reduces contamination. Vermont's Department of Environmental Conservation's website offers a variety of downloadable and printable signs and labels for you and your public to fully understand and optimize your recycling program. In addition, their website provides many fact sheets on a host of environmental topics and guidance about the state's solid waste laws. In addition, there are special recycling programs supported by industries through take-back programs at area retailers and transfer station locations for such things as electronics, batteries, paint, mercury bulbs, thermometers, and thermostats. In addition, grocery stores and additional collection points throughout Bennington County exist that collect plastic film recycling. Links to these programs are provided at the end of this presentation, as well as comment section of the YouTube channel. Busy Vermonters need not worry when navigating complex yet important environmental programs designed to make our world a more sustainable place. We offer free technical advice for individuals, schools, businesses, and organizations within the Alliance area and are here for you. To recap what we've covered today, 2 new changes to environmental laws are the single-use plastics ban, which include plastic bags at a point of sale, plastic straws, stirrers, and all expandable polystyrene sold or used for manufacture in the state. The food scrap ban, which requires all Vermonters to divert their scraps to either transfer station drop-off, animal farms, home composting bins, or curbside pickup where available. Businesses with few food scraps may find it more economical to take the scraps home to compost rather than adding it to a dedicated commercial trash pickup. A successful business recycling program will include recycling receptacles and consistent signing throughout your facility. In addition, all Vermonters can take advantage of special recycling to dispose of electronics, batteries, paint, fluorescent bulbs, mercury thermometers, and thermostats, as well as dedicated plastic film collection. We encourage you to visit us on our website at bcswavt.org for more information about these and other programs and resources. There, you'll find answers to many questions and where you can sign up for our quarterly newsletter. For regular updates, announcements, and other helpful information, follow us on our Facebook page. And following is a list of resources for special recycling programs information about changes to environmental laws, as well as reproducible signing and handouts. We'll also include the links in a follow-up email to those participants viewing today and at the bottom of our comments section on our YouTube channel. Thank you for your time today, and we'll now answer any questions regarding topics I have covered. If you have very specific questions related to your individual operation, I can schedule a time to meet with you one-on-one by phone or in person as needed to provide you ample time to get your questions answered and concerns addressed. We don't have any questions right now. We'll wait another minute or so before closing out the webinar. All right. Well, we thank you very much for joining us today. Please feel free to contact us directly if you have any questions regarding your solid waste disposal, and everyone stay safe out there. Thank you again.